Galactic Council shocked. At last I witness human might. HFY. He took a deep breath, feeling the familiar excitement mixed with a strange tension. Today, humans would step into the heart of the Galactic Council. The thought made him proud but also a little anxious. The council was made up of some of the oldest and most powerful species in the galaxy. Most of them had never seen humans in person. Most of them expected nothing. The human ship, simple compared to the council's massive, gleaming stations, moved steadily toward the hub. It was not adorned with bright shields or strange alien symbols. It had no weapons that would make an alien pause. But humans had something different: creativity, courage, and the ability to adapt. Ethan believed in it. He had to. Leela Hayes, his second-in-command, walked beside him. She was calm but alert, eyes scanning the controls and sensors as they approached the station. "Ethan," she said softly, "they're watching us. You can feel it, can't you?" Ethan nodded. "I can. They think we are small, weak. But they don't know humans. We don't give up. We figure things out. That's our strength." The council station came into view, a massive ring of metal and light orbiting a neutral star. Ships of all shapes and sizes moved around it, some tiny and sleek, others enormous and intimidating. Alien pilots stared as the humans approached. Their gazes were a mix of curiosity and disdain. Some whispered to each other, wondering why the council even allowed humans to come. Ethan's ship docked at the station without issue. The docking bay was huge, far larger than any human shipyard. Aliens of every type walked the platforms and corridors, some floating, some walking, some moving in ways humans had never imagined. Many stopped to look at the humans. Children stared openly, while adults tried to hide their curiosity. Ethan, Leela, and the crew stepped off the ship. Maya Griffin, the human diplomat, joined them, her face calm and confident. She walked with purpose, carrying herself in a way that made even the largest aliens pause. "Remember," she said quietly, "we are guests here. But we are not weak. Show them humans are not to be dismissed." The council chamber was larger than any human building, stretching hundreds of meters across, with platforms that floated in midair. The council members sat in a circular formation, each on a seat that seemed to hover. Their appearances were strange and varied. Some had 4 arms, others had no eyes at all, and some had colors that shifted like the surface of a pond. All of them looked at the humans with surprise. Most had assumed humans were extinct or primitive. Ethan stepped forward, bowing slightly. "I am Ethan Moore," he said. His voice was steady. "These are my crew: Leela Hayes, our second-in-command, Maya Griffin, our diplomat, and the rest of our team. We come to meet the council and to show that humanity is ready to join galactic affairs." A council member, tall and pale with eyes like liquid silver, leaned forward. "You claim to represent your species," it said in a voice that seemed to echo in the chamber. "Your kind has been known only through records. You were thought weak, unable to leave your home world safely. Why should we allow you a place among us?" Ethan smiled slightly. "Because humans have always survived. We faced dangers you may not understand. We solved problems when others said it was impossible. We are small, yes, but we adapt. We learn, and we never give up." Some council members whispered among themselves. Many looked amused. Others looked doubtful. One of the younger council members, a small creature with a shimmering blue skin, made a sound that might have been laughter. Maya stepped forward. "We are not here to fight. We are here to prove that humans have value. We do not have the oldest technology, but we have something you cannot measure: ingenuity and courage. Watch, and you may understand." The council seemed to consider her words, though some still showed skepticism. Then a senior member, a being with many tentacles and a voice deep like a drum, spoke. "Very well, humans. Words are easy. Actions are harder. We will give you a chance. There is a problem in one of our sectors. A rogue asteroid is moving toward a populated world. No single ship can divert it easily. Use what we provide and show us what humans can do." Ethan and Leela exchanged a glance. "We accept," Ethan said calmly. He could feel the eyes of the council on him. Some of them probably expected humans to fail. That only made him more determined. The aliens provided equipment, ships, and tools far more advanced than anything humans had built. But Ethan and Leela noticed immediately that much of it was complicated, relying on alien logic humans did not fully understand. Most humans would struggle to use it efficiently. Ethan turned to his crew. "We will use some of their tools, yes, but we will rely on our own thinking. Their ways are strange and their ships are strong, but we are clever. That is our weapon." The mission began. Ethan's team jumped into the sector where the asteroid moved at incredible speed, heading toward the planet. Aliens had calculated that even with their best technology, the asteroid would take weeks to divert safely. Humans had only hours. Ethan looked at the asteroid on the display. "It's huge," he said, "but it moves in predictable ways. We can use gravity, leverage, and timing to change its course faster than they expect." Leela nodded. "I'll handle the orbital calculations. Maya, coordinate with the crews. Everyone else follow my instructions carefully. We are not wasting a second." They worked with calm urgency. Humans used simple methods that the Council had not considered, linking smaller ships together to act as a single tug, using gravity from nearby moons, and even creating small controlled explosions to shift the asteroid's path. The Council watched through observation windows, initially thinking humans would fail. But as the asteroid slowly began to shift off its collision course, whispers spread. The Council members leaned closer, eyes widening. They had never seen strategy like this from a species so young in galactic terms. Hours passed. Humans worked tirelessly, combining logic, improvisation, and teamwork. The asteroid moved steadily away from the planet. No alien ship, no matter how powerful, had managed to accomplish this in such a short time. Finally, Ethan gave the order to execute the final maneuver. The asteroid changed direction just enough to safely miss the planet. Cheers erupted among the human crew. The council members were silent, some staring in disbelief. Ethan turned to Maya and Leela. "We did it," he said simply. "They didn't think we could," Maya smiled. "They will remember this. Humans are not just survivors, we are problem solvers. That is why we exist among the stars." When they returned to the council chamber, Ethan reported on the mission. The council members could not hide their shock. Some tried to downplay it, calling it luck. Others whispered among themselves, wondering what other surprises humans might bring. A young council member, the one who had laughed earlier, finally spoke. "I did not believe humans could achieve this. You have ingenuity. You are stronger than you appear." "Perhaps the council has underestimated you," Ethan nodded. "We are humans, we adapt, we learn, and when we face a challenge, we face it fully. That is our strength." Leela added, "And we will continue to show it, not with arrogance but with action." Maya stepped forward once more. "Let this be the first of many demonstrations. Humans do not seek to dominate. We seek to survive, to help, and to grow, but we will not be dismissed or underestimated." The council members remained silent for a moment. Then slowly one senior member inclined its head. It was a small gesture, but to Ethan it meant more than words. Respect had been earned. The humans had made their first impression, and it was stronger than anyone had expected. As they prepared to leave the chamber, Ethan looked out at the stars once more. The galaxy was vast, and humans were small in the grand scheme of things. But they had shown that size and technology alone did not measure might. Ingenuity, courage, and determination counted just as much, and sometimes more. For the first time in many cycles, the council wondered if humans were something more than a curiosity. Perhaps they were a force to be reckoned with. And Ethan Moore, with his crew at his side, was ready to show them exactly how strong humans could be. The journey had only begun. The humans returned to the council chamber days after the asteroid mission. They were not heroes yet, but curiosity and cautious respect followed them everywhere they went. Ethan Moore and his crew walked down the wide corridor of the station. Aliens watched silently, some openly staring, others whispering to one another. Even the younger council members who had laughed at humans before now looked uneasy. Maya Griffin led the group, her face calm. She knew the next step was the most important. "This is our chance," she said quietly to Ethan and Leela. "The council still doubts us. Words alone will not convince them. We need to act in ways they cannot ignore." They entered the council chamber. The aliens' eyes followed them. Ethan felt their gaze, heavy and judgmental. The council was not cruel, but they were cautious. They had survived countless wars and disasters. They did not make mistakes easily. A senior member spoke first. Its form was like liquid metal, constantly shifting. "Humans, your success with the asteroid was noted. Some among us are still skeptical. We offer you a task closer to diplomacy. There is a dispute between two neighboring worlds. One claims resources, the other insists are theirs. Negotiate a solution without violence. We are curious how humans handle complex matters." Ethan nodded. "We accept." He looked at his crew. "Leela, Maya, we can do this, but we need to be careful. They will be testing more than our intelligence. They will watch our reactions, our patience, and our sense of fairness." They traveled to the disputed sector. Two planets hung near each other, bright and beautiful but tense. Both sides had armies, defenses, and strong fleets. Aliens had observed this dispute for decades, and most expected humans to fail or be intimidated. Ethan, Leela, and Maya approached the first planet. They were greeted by the governor, a large humanoid with green skin and small horns on the forehead. "You are humans," the governor said, voice skeptical. "We have heard little of your kind. Can you solve what centuries of negotiation could not?" Maya bowed politely. "We are here to listen first. Every side deserves a voice. Our goal is to find a solution that does not harm either planet." The governor raised an eyebrow. "Simple words, but will you understand the stakes?" Ethan stepped forward. "We may be humans, but we understand the cost of failure. We will ask questions, listen carefully, and act with reason." They spent hours on the first planet, speaking with leaders, scholars, and ordinary citizens. They listened to complaints about resources, about land, and about unfair trade. Ethan noticed patterns that neither side saw clearly. They both focused on their losses, not their gains. Humans, unlike the alien negotiators, did not rely on fear or dominance. They looked for solutions that made both sides feel safe. At night, the human crew gathered in their temporary quarters. Leela pulled out a map. "Ethan, look here. The resources in dispute could be shared with a small adjustment in trade routes. Each side will get more than before, and no one will lose status. We just need to propose it carefully." Ethan smiled. "Humans always see possibilities others miss. That is our gift. We do not wait for perfection, we create it." Maya nodded. "We must be careful how we present it. If we seem too confident, they will resist. If we seem unsure, they will doubt us. Balance is everything." The next day, they met with the leaders of both planets together. Aliens had expected conflict, tension, or even threats. But humans began the meeting calmly, asking questions, listening, and pointing out facts gently. They did not accuse, they did not boast. They only explained possibilities. After hours of discussion, the leaders began to understand. Ethan suggested a small trade adjustment, combined with shared management of the disputed resources. Leela added a plan for joint training programs between the planet's fleets, a way to ensure trust. Maya presented the ideas clearly, showing the benefits for both sides. The leaders looked at one another. At first, they were hesitant. They had been rivals for generations, but slowly they began to nod. They realized that humans were not trying to take sides. They were solving a problem without violence. A council observer, a creature with wings like glass, whispered to another member, "I did not expect humans to succeed. They handle matters with patience and logic we rarely see. They are impressive." When the meeting ended, both planets agreed to the plan. Humans had done what decades of alien diplomats had failed to do. Ethan's crew returned to the council station, tired but proud. They had not used weapons or technology to dominate. They had used something older, something alien races often overlooked: human reasoning, empathy, and patience. Back in the council chamber, the humans reported their success. The council members listened, some in disbelief. Many had thought humans could not handle situations without power or threat. Yet humans had achieved a peaceful resolution that benefited all. A council member with 6 eyes leaned forward. "Humans, your methods are unusual. We have studied conflict for millennia. Your approach is different and effective." Maya smiled. "We do not seek conflict unless necessary. We use our minds, our cooperation, and our sense of fairness. That is how humans survive and grow." Another council member, a being covered in shimmering scales, spoke slowly. "It seems humans have qualities we have underestimated. Ingenuity, patience, empathy. These are not weaknesses. Perhaps they are strengths." Ethan nodded. "Strength is not always weapons or shields. Strength is seeing what others cannot, solving what others cannot, and acting when others hesitate." Leela added, "We are not here to dominate. We are here to prove that humans can contribute, and to show that might is not always measured by firepower or technology." Some members of the council whispered among themselves. The younger members, the ones who had laughed at humans before, now looked nervous. Humans had done what aliens thought impossible. They had solved disputes, earned trust, and demonstrated their abilities without violence. Maya spoke again. "We understand that humans are young in galactic terms, but we also know that even young species can be powerful in ways that are unexpected. We hope the Council will see that our value is not just in technology, but in what humans bring to cooperation, problem-solving, and resilience." Ethan added quietly, "And when humans are underestimated, that is often when we show our greatest strength." The council remained silent for a moment. Then slowly one senior member inclined its head. It was not praise, not yet. It was acknowledgement. Humans had earned attention, even respect. As the humans prepared to leave the chamber, Ethan looked at the council members. Some were still doubtful, but others were clearly impressed. The galaxy was vast, and humans were small. But humans had shown that size and technology were not the only measures of strength. Ingenuity, courage, and reasoning counted just as much. Outside the council chamber, Ethan turned to Leela and Maya. "We are getting noticed," he said. "They still do not fully understand us, but they will. We have more to show, more to prove." Leela smiled. "And we will. Humans do not stop. We adapt, we learn, and we act. That is how we survive. That is how we thrive." Maya looked out at the stars. "The galaxy is watching now. They will not forget what humans have done here, but the real test is still ahead. We must continue to prove ourselves, not with pride but with action." Ethan nodded. "Then let's prepare. The Council may not trust us fully, but they cannot ignore us. That is the first step toward showing the galaxy what humans can really do." And so the humans left the council chamber, tired but not defeated, cautious but not afraid. They had faced doubt, skepticism, and a challenge they were not expected to overcome. They had shown that humans were not just another young species. They were something different, something the galaxy had not seen before. The council had watched, and the council had learned. Humans were clever, resourceful, and bold. And if the council thought this was all they had, they were mistaken. Ethan Moore, Leela Hayes, Maya Griffin, and the rest of the crew knew that their journey was only beginning. The galaxy was large, full of challenges and full of powerful beings. But humans had survived against odds far greater than these. Humans had faced extinction, disaster, and despair before, and they had always found a way forward. As the human ship prepared to leave the station for its next mission, Ethan looked at the stars again. "They will not forget us," he said. "Not now, not ever. Humans have arrived." Leela smiled. "And we will show them more, one step at a time, one challenge at a time." Maya added, "The Council has seen a glimpse of our strength, but this is only the beginning. The galaxy will learn to respect humans, whether they are ready for it or not." The human ship moved forward, cutting through space with quiet determination. Aliens watched from the station, some in disbelief, others in admiration, and some in fear. Humans were small, yes, but they had shown something bigger than size, speed, or firepower. Humans had shown that determination, ingenuity, and courage could overcome expectations. And the Council would remember that lesson for a long time. The humans returned to the Council station after their diplomatic success. The mood among the aliens had shifted. Where there had been doubt, now there was curiosity. Where there had been laughter, now there was caution. The Council whispered to one another, observing the humans carefully. Ethan Moore, Leela Hayes, and Maya Griffin knew the next challenge would not be easy. Ethan walked through the observation deck with Leela. "They are planning something," he said. "They want to see how far humans can go. They will not make it easy." Leela nodded. "We expected that. It's what humans do best. We face challenges even when others think we cannot. This will be no different." The Council called a meeting. This time, it was not a mission of diplomacy or problem-solving. This time, it was a test of combat skill and strategy. The Council arranged a war simulation. It was not a real war, but it would be as close as the aliens could make it. Multiple elite alien squads would face the humans in a controlled environment. The humans were given access to ships, weapons, and technology from the Council. Most of it was far advanced than anything humans had ever used. The Council assumed the humans would struggle to operate the alien equipment efficiently. They also assumed humans would rely on their familiar tactics, which might fail against experienced alien commanders. Ethan studied the equipment carefully. "We will use some of their technology," he said to Leela and Maya, "but mostly we will use our thinking. They assume we cannot adapt. That is their mistake." The training area was enormous, stretching for thousands of kilometers. It had simulated planets, moons, and asteroid belts. Alien observers floated above in clear view, their many eyes tracking every movement. The first challenge began. Small squads of alien pilots attacked the human team. The humans piloted ships that were unfamiliar and difficult to control, but they worked together, improvising maneuvers and coordinating attacks with simple but effective signals. Ethan led the squad. "Stay together. Watch each other's backs. Think ahead." Leela piloted a small fighter, moving quickly through narrow spaces between simulated asteroids. "They are fast," she said, "but not smarter than us. We can predict them." The alien squads were surprised. Humans did not follow the obvious paths. They did not attack in ways the aliens expected. Instead, humans used misdirection, surprising the enemy with clever flanking maneuvers. Maya coordinated communication between the human teams. "Focus on positioning, not just firepower," she said. "Use the environment. Make them think we are weaker than we are." Hours passed. The humans faced wave after wave of elite alien squads. Each time the humans adapted. They learned quickly. They used the weaknesses they observed in their enemies. The alien observers, who had expected humans to fail quickly, began to whisper among themselves. Some of them looked shocked. The Council's senior members watched silently. They had studied countless species in simulations and real battles. They had never seen a species respond so quickly to unexpected situations. Humans were not the fastest, nor the strongest, but humans were clever. They could predict, adapt, and use limited resources more efficiently than any alien species the Council had encountered. Ethan's team faced the largest challenge yet, a combined squad of the Council's top pilots, working together to surround and destroy the humans. The humans were outnumbered, outgunned, and expected to fail. Ethan looked at his crew. "This is it. Watch each other. Trust each other. Use your heads. Do not panic." Leela nodded, her hands steady on the controls. "We've faced worse," she said. "We can do this." The humans moved as one. They split into small groups, creating the illusion of confusion. Then, at the right moment, they converged on the alien squad from unexpected directions. Their attacks were precise, using minimal energy for maximum effect. The alien squad struggled to adjust. Their coordination, which had been perfect against predictable opponents, faltered against humans who thought differently. One by one, the alien ships were forced to retreat, unable to predict human movements. The council observers could not hide their surprise. Some leaned forward, unable to believe what they were seeing. Humans, they realized, were not just lucky or primitive. Humans were innovative, daring, and capable of strategy beyond what the council had expected. Ethan's team did not celebrate. They knew the simulation was not over. Another squad appeared, even larger and more skilled. But the humans had learned. They used their environment, asteroids for cover, gravity wells for misdirection, and careful timing to create openings in the enemy formation. Leela executed a daring maneuver, weaving through a narrow gap between two simulated planets. She fired on the alien leader's ship, forcing it to retreat. "Keep moving," Ethan shouted. "Do not let them control the space." Hours turned into cycles. The humans remained calm, precise, and coordinated. They never panicked, even when outnumbered. The alien squads, despite their superior technology, began to tire. Humans adapted faster than the aliens could respond. Finally, the last wave approached. It was the Council's elite force, known for never losing in simulations. Ethan's team prepared. "Remember everything," he said. "This is what we do best. We survive, we adapt, we win." The humans split into multiple small groups again, each taking a calculated risk. They used feints and traps, confusing the elite squad. One human ship drew the enemy into an asteroid belt, where Leela and another crew member ambushed them. Another group used gravitational fields to slow enemy ships, giving humans time to strike. Maya's voice was calm but firm. "Coordinate, watch each other, predict their moves." The elite squad could not keep up. Human strategy and quick thinking allowed them to neutralize the enemy without relying on brute force. The council observers gasped. They had never seen a species defeat an elite force without overwhelming power. Humans had done it with brains, timing, and cooperation. When the simulation ended, the humans were victorious. They had not only survived, they had dominated, outthinking opponents far stronger and faster than themselves. Silence filled the observation deck. The council had never expected this. Finally, a council member spoke, its many eyes wide with astonishment. "Humans, we have underestimated you. Your methods are unlike anything we have seen. You do not rely on strength alone. You use thought, cooperation, and creativity. Incredible." Ethan nodded, though he remained calm. "Humans survive because we think, we adapt, and we work together. We do not rely only on technology or power. That is our way." Leela added, "We will continue to show what humans can do, not with arrogance but with action. Our strength is in how we respond, how we innovate, and how we never give up." The council murmured among themselves. Some were impressed, some worried, and some tried to downplay it, but no one could ignore it. Humans had done what no other species had done. They had beaten elite forces without the most advanced technology. They had relied on their own skills, creativity, and determination, and they had won. Maya spoke quietly, her voice carrying to every observer. "Humans may seem small or simple, but we have proven today that what you see is not all there is. We think, we plan, and we act. That is the power of humanity. Remember it." The council remained silent, but the observers' faces told the story. Humans had arrived. They were no longer a curiosity. They were a force to be reckoned with, not because of weapons or size, but because of ingenuity, courage, and the ability to overcome impossible odds. Ethan and his crew left the observation deck, tired but proud. They had faced the Council's greatest test and succeeded. They had shown the galaxy that humans were not just survivors. Humans were problem solvers, innovators, and warriors in their own way. As they returned to their ship, Ethan looked out at the stars. "They will not forget this," he said. "They may try to challenge us, but humans are ready. We will continue to show them what it means to underestimate us." Leela smiled. "We adapt, we survive, and we win. That is how humans are built. That is what makes us strong." Maya added, "The Council may have thought they understood us, but now they know. Humans are different, and the galaxy will learn sooner or later that underestimating humans is a mistake." The human ship lifted off from the station, moving into the vast galaxy with quiet confidence. Aliens watched from the observation platforms, some in disbelief, some in awe, and some already reconsidering their assumptions about humanity. Humans had faced their first true test in combat among the stars. They had outsmarted, outmaneuvered, and outlasted forces far stronger than themselves. And they had done it with something no alien force could easily replicate: human ingenuity, courage, and determination. The galaxy had been watching, and the message was clear. Humans were not to be underestimated. They were small but mighty, simple but brilliant, weak in appearance but strong in mind and spirit, and the Council would remember it. Ethan Moore, Leela Hayes, Maya Griffin, and the rest of the crew had proven one undeniable truth. When humans faced a challenge, they did not falter. They did not fail. They adapted, they fought, and they won. The galaxy had only seen a glimpse of what humans could do. But it was enough to change the way the Council, and perhaps the entire galaxy, thought about humanity forever. And humans were only getting started. The humans returned to the Council station after their triumph in the war simulation. The air was tense but charged with curiosity. The Council members had watched quietly during the battle, many in disbelief, some in admiration, and a few with fear. They had never expected a species so young to perform so brilliantly, outthinking elite forces with technology far beyond human design. Ethan Moore, Leela Hayes, and Maya Griffin stepped into the Council chamber. The room was still vast, and the Council members watched their every movement. The humans had earned attention, but recognition was not yet complete. This meeting would decide how the Council would view humanity from this point forward. A senior Council member spoke first. Its form was large and crystalline, shimmering in the chamber light. "Humans, your actions in the simulation have surprised us. We expected you to fail. You have not only survived but succeeded. Many of us admit that we underestimated your capabilities. Yet one question remains: will your people act consistently with such skill and wisdom outside of simulations?" Ethan stepped forward. "We are humans. We will make mistakes, yes. But we learn from them, we adapt. And when we face challenges, we face them fully with creativity and determination. That is who we are." Leela added, "We do not seek to dominate, we seek to contribute, to help, to survive and thrive. Our actions are not about showing power. They are about doing what is necessary and right." The Council members whispered among themselves. Many had observed humans for cycles, but no one had seen them respond to challenges with such speed and intelligence. The younger members, once dismissive, now looked nervous. Humans had clearly exceeded expectations. Maya stepped forward. "We are not perfect. We do not claim to be, but humans have qualities that matter as much as technology or strength. Ingenuity, cooperation, courage, and resilience. These are the traits that allow humans to thrive in difficult situations. You have seen a glimpse of what we can do. Imagine what we can achieve when fully trusted and included." The crystalline Council member tilted its form, considering her words. We have observed your reasoning, your tactics, and your diplomacy. You have resolved disputes between planets, and you have outperformed elite forces in simulations. Your record is exceptional. Yet we must test your intentions. Can humans be trusted to act in the galaxy's interest and not for conquest? Ethan looked around the chamber. Trust is earned through action, not words. We have shown our values through our deeds. Humanity seeks cooperation, fairness, and survival. We will continue to act in ways that build trust, not destroy it. Another council member, small and covered in soft purple scales, floated forward. It is remarkable. Your species relies so little on technology and so much on thought, on reasoning. You have proven that might is not always about firepower. Humans achieve greatness through creativity and courage. This is impressive. Ethan nodded. Thank you. We do what we must to survive and to help. We do not act for personal glory. We act for the people we represent and for the greater good. The council conferred among themselves. Their deliberations were quiet but intense. They had underestimated humans at first, assuming they were weak, simple, and incapable of handling galactic challenges. Those assumptions had been shattered. Humans had solved disputes, faced elite forces, and demonstrated both courage and intelligence. Finally, the crystalline member spoke again. Humans, the Council has reached a decision. You have proven that your species possesses qualities far beyond what many of us anticipated. You have shown ingenuity, courage, patience, and fairness. You have also shown that humans are capable of acting with wisdom and restraint. Therefore, the Council formally recognizes humanity as a capable and valuable species within the galaxy. Ethan and his crew exchanged looks. Recognition had come, not through intimidation, not through threats, but through consistent demonstration of human skill and spirit. The Council had accepted humanity not as a curiosity or a minor species, but as an equal participant in galactic affairs. Maya spoke next. We are grateful for this recognition. Humanity will continue to act responsibly, to cooperate, and to prove that our strength is more than just survival. It is our mind, our courage, and our will to do what is right. The crystalline member inclined its form slightly. We believe your words, but the Council also expects action. Your species will have opportunities to contribute to galactic matters, to aid in disputes, and to participate in strategic decisions. We will observe, and we will learn from your example. It is our hope that humans will set a standard for other young species. Leela stepped forward. We accept that responsibility. Humans are not perfect, but we learn quickly. We will do our best to uphold the trust the Council has placed in us. Our actions will prove our commitment. A smaller council member with transparent wings floated forward, its voice soft but clear. You have demonstrated that humans are capable of thinking differently from others, and that difference is a strength. Many species rely on power, but humans rely on adaptability and collaboration. This is a lesson that we, the Council, will not forget. Ethan smiled faintly. Humans have always survived against odds greater than these. We have faced extinction, disaster, and challenges too many to count. We have learned that the mind, courage, and teamwork are more important than sheer strength. That is how we thrive. The Council members leaned back in their seats. Some were still cautious, but many were impressed. Humans had proven themselves. They had turned skepticism into respect. They had shown that a species so young could hold its own among the galaxy's oldest and most powerful civilizations. Maya looked at the Council. We understand that recognition is just the beginning. We do not expect all doubts to vanish immediately, but we hope that our actions continue to speak louder than words. Humanity has much to offer the galaxy, and we intend to show that through our deeds. The crystalline council members' form shifted slowly. Very well. Humans are now permitted to participate fully in council matters. Your input will be considered, your suggestions heard, and your abilities recognized. We will watch your species closely and we will learn from your example. You have earned your place among us." Ethan, Layla, and Maya bowed slightly, a gesture of respect. They had not sought recognition for themselves. They had sought to prove humanity's worth. That goal had been achieved, and now the galaxy would take notice. Outside the council chamber, the human crew returned to their ship. The atmosphere was quiet but filled with a sense of accomplishment. Humans had faced doubt, skepticism, and even mild hostility, yet they had prevailed. They had demonstrated that strength was not just measured in weapons or shields, but in creativity, courage, and collaboration. Ethan stood at the edge of the ship, looking out at the stars. "They will remember us," he said. "They may have doubted humans at first, but they cannot ignore us now. Our species is here to stay, and we will continue to show what humans can do." Layla joined him. "We have proven that humans are more than what others see at first glance. We are strong not because of size or power, but because of our minds, our courage, and our determination. The Council has seen that today." Maya stepped forward, her eyes shining. "Recognition is one thing. Action is another. We must continue to act, to help, and to innovate. The galaxy will judge us not by words, but by what we do next." Ethan nodded. "Then we move forward. Humans will continue to face challenges, solve problems, and show that our species is capable of greatness. This is only the beginning." The human ship lifted off from the council station, gliding through the endless stars with quiet confidence. Aliens watched from the observation platforms, some in admiration, some in disbelief, and some quietly reconsidering their assumptions about humanity. Humans had arrived as equals, not by intimidation, not by force, but by ingenuity, courage, and unwavering determination. Over the following cycles, humans participated in council decisions, aided in disputes, and contributed to galactic strategies. Every time they acted, they reinforced the lesson the council had learned. Humans were a species to be respected, not underestimated. Ethan, Leela, and Maya often reflected on how far they had come. From a simple, underestimated species, humanity had earned recognition and respect across the galaxy. They had faced doubt and danger, yet they had not faltered. They had survived, adapted, and excelled in ways that no one had expected, and the Council would never forget it. As the human ship moved onward, Ethan looked out at the stars. "We have shown the galaxy that humans are not to be underestimated. That is the truth, and we will continue to prove it one challenge at a time." Leela smiled. "We adapt, we endure, and we triumph. That is humanity." "That is our gift and our power," Maya nodded. "The galaxy has seen our first victories, but this is only the beginning. Humans will continue to grow, to learn, and to show what we are capable of. And when we do, the Council and the galaxy will know that underestimating humans is a mistake they cannot afford to make." The stars stretched endlessly before them, each one a new challenge, a new world, and a new opportunity. Humans had taken their place among the stars, not with arrogance, but with courage, intelligence, and determination. The galaxy had witnessed the arrival of a species that could not be ignored, underestimated, or dismissed. Ethan Moore, Leela Hayes, Maya Griffin, and the rest of the human crew knew the truth. Humanity had arrived, and the galaxy would never see the universe in the same way again. Humans were small in size, but their spirit was vast. Their minds were sharp, their courage unyielding, and their determination endless. And as they moved forward into the unknown, the Council and every species watching understood one undeniable fact: humanity was here, and humanity was mighty. The galaxy had been shown, once and for all, the might, ingenuity, and spirit of humans.